Just, yeah, the kids, yeah. There's a concert.
There's a concert here for you and me. There's a concert here today. There's a concert here for all the way. There's a concert here today. Get you ready, there's a concert here today. Come on up, there's a concert here today. So take a seat and put your best. There's a concert here today.
So tell us about your school for the years, Miss Lou.
Well, there have been hairy moments, you know, because Miss Lou says she sings in B flat. But what she really means is she doesn't sing any higher than B flat above middle C. So you have to find the key and that sort of thing for her to be able to sing. And there are times when there is no warning about what is coming next. So we had hairy moments with Miss Lou, but we had other hairy moments on Ringding too. With the riddles. Riddle me this, riddle me that, guess me this riddle and perhaps not. You. What front a woman and back a cow comes out a little boy. Well, Miss Lou could only think of one thing, so she covered up his mouth and said, "Oh yes, darling, I know that one." And then he pushed away her hand and said, "Catch you, Miss Lou, is the letter W." So there have been hairy moments. I can remember one. I don't remember what it was the child was coming out with, but I had to run out of the studio and go through the big door out into the yard under the guango tree to laugh. I had never heard anything like that, and it was at the time when the show used to go through live. It was after that we had delay to make sure that whatever came out was politically correct. Yes, we had fun moments. I learned a lot from her with folk songs, you know, and she was very, very generous with her collection. And there's so many people who have taken her material and never given her any credit for having collected it, you know. So,
And are there any books with her songs in it? Or did she manage to?
one or two songs in her other publications.
Okay.
But I had started a collection of songs that she had put together for Christmas and so on, but it never came out. I had put it down and given it to her, but it was never published. I don't know what happened to it.
What about your own compositions, Marjorie? Have you got anything written down for a compilation? Are you planning to do that? Now that you're fully retired?
When I regain my strength, you know,
yes.
and can sit down to deal with it, because there's a lot of material.
Yes,
there's a lot of written material as well, not only music, but material about Jamaican music, Caribbean music, and so on, which need to be collated and edited and that kind of thing.
Well, I'd love to encourage you to get on with that, because we need that.
As soon as as a strength comes back.
Because you haven't been very well with little operations here and there.
Yes, true.
So that's why we're here. But I'm so pleased that you've been able to take the time out. But before you finish, we've got to find out some little tidbits about you now. Favorite colors, favorite teacher at school.
Favorite teacher at school, Mrs. Karen.
Spanish teacher.
Yes, Grace Karen, and of course I mentioned
Mrs.
Tess Thomas.
Yes.
Tess Thomas before.
Because she influenced your drama and your speaking.
Oh yes, and we became good friends.
Excellent.
Became very good friends, because when she used to work at educational broadcasting, that was with Joyce Layla as well. So I was, exposed to her quite a bit, and we became very good friends. There's some people who are interesting and funny. I remember Miss Makepeace, who taught biology, and whenever she was giving us any kind of punishment, she would send us into the lab to scrape bones, and we were appalled and scandalized, that we had to clean the bones and that sort of thing. biology was always an interesting subject for me. I did well in it. And if you see my teeth, there's this one, and this Miss Dawson, who taught me biology in 5th form, had me stand up in front of the whole class in the lab and say, "Now that's a freak. She has 2 canine teeth."
Oh, dear me.
And, you know, we used to call her Fish behind her back. Fish.
Why is that?
It's the way she spoke, you see. Fish. You know, she was a pleasant sort, but after Miss Garchor and Mr. Cousin, who, you know, sort of grabbed you,
Yes.
she was, but strangely enough, when NDTC went to England once and we performed in Nottingham, she turned up at the show and came backstage and embraced us all. She was just so overwhelmed to see us, and then we got hugs and kisses and so on, and I said, "Fish, I don't believe it." I couldn't believe, you know. And then when she came out she would come for vacation and we'd see her sometimes, and we got on very well after that. There are people that you couldn't believe, like Mrs. Ritchie, who taught piano and so on, and every so often she would teach a singing class, and I thought that she hated my guts, you know, because it was Mrs. Solomon who got me to play for prayers and that sort of thing, and who finally scheduled a practice time for me and so on. And I bucked up Mr. Ritchie in a supermarket once, and he says, "Oh, I've got to tell my wife that I saw. Oh, she's so proud of you." And I said, "Hello?" I couldn't believe it, you know. But I suppose when you grow up and you're out there and you're making some kind of contribution, you know, people.
Any tips for current girls who may be interested in going to the arts, and any tips for them about life and career?
Well, about going into the arts, be sure that it is your passion. You're not going to make a lot of money out of it, and I would advise that if you're going into the arts, try to combine it with education, with teaching, with performance, and that sort of thing. 1 out of every 20,000 people will become a star as a performer. So always make sure that there is something.
Foundation there.
Yes, some foundation there that you can use in different ways, you know. And of course, whether you're going to go into drama or to dance or whatever, find that most of our stars in dance teach also. Or if they don't teach, then they're involved in some other profession, you know. We have seen doctors and lawyers and all sorts of things, but doing dance, because dance is their passion and so on, but they have another. Not that I'm saying don't go in wholeheartedly into it, but make sure it's your passion and try to use it in as many ways as possible.
Marjorie Whylie, thank you so much for a wonderful conversation today.
You're very welcome.